In the summer of 2015 or 2016, I was doing a 3-week Girl Scout camp when I first encountered STEM. There was a 2-week program going on at the same time that was STEM focused. It immediately caught my attention and fascinated me. The next year, I did that STEM camp, which was called Engineering Design Challenge, or EDC for short. The lady who worked with us, Venus, had worked with NASA, was a retired science teacher, and overall just really liked STEM. I did EDC for 7 years. Originally, I would have only been able to do it for 3 years, but Venus got the program opened up to higher levels of Girl Scouts so that I could stay in it. The first week would differ each year, but generally covered basics of the design process with 3 different projects. The second week, we worked with Lego EV3 bricks, which taught us basic coding and how to adjust the code to complete an obstacle course with varying obstacles. I had so much fun in that camp. It was amazing. In 2018, I joined my high school FRC team, Trident Robotics, as one of 5 freshmen and one of 6 overall girls on the team. We met twice a week that first semester to prepare for competition season. Competition season started the first weekend after New Year's, January 5th and 6th, which was kickoff weekend. Teams worldwide tuned into the live stream on Saturday to watch the game animation, get the access code for the rulebook, and learn what would be included in that season's kit of parts. Our team spent much of the first day after stream, split into groups, reading and then discussing various parts of the rulebook. Once we were all done, the rest of the weekend was spent together as a team discussing and brainstorming how we wanted to build the robot and what we wanted it to do. Build season, as those first 6 weeks were called, was focused on designing, prototyping, testing, refining, and then building 2 identical bots. Our team built 2 bots because February 19th was known as Bag Day, and all teams worldwide had to stop working on their robots by 11:59 p.m. The robot that got put into the bag was known as the competition bot. And since we built 2 robots, having the extra allowed us to refine how the bot ran, as well as allowing drive team and pit crew practice time with the robot. Our first regional was in Chicago, March 6th through 9th. While we didn't make it past the qualifying round, we did win the Spirit Award. We had a team member dress up in a shark costume. They would dance around with a light-up trident, lead the team in some chants, and doing the Macarena to every song, but the Macarena song. That we did the Cotton Eye Joe dance too. I tell you, robotics kids are crazy. The next regional we went to was Seven Rivers in the Cross. We had a month between our 2 regionals. One thing that came out of this was a cheer that our software sub-team created that went like meatball, meatball, spaghetti underneath, ravioli, ravioli, Great Barrier Reef. It was really fun to chant, and it was quite unique to us. While at lacrosse, we had a team come up to us and ask us to cheer Brian Griffin with them. Having high school students chanting Brian Griffin for no reason is like watching a cat chase its tail as if it's a dog. You don't understand, but it's hilarious. During our qualification matches at the regional, while waiting in the queue, our drive team would interact with those of us in the stands to show our team spirit. Our robot got christened one day via a watermelon and got named Holy Hands. The whole team was over the moon when Alliance selection came at the end of quals, and we were picked by the second seed Alliance. Team 2826 Wave Robotics was our Alliance leader, while the third team on our Alliance was 111 Wild Sting, which is a Hall of Fame team. Our excitement only grew as we moved through the quarterfinals, into the semis, and then into the finals. After the last match, a celebratory roar could be heard coming out of where our alliance had gathered. We had done it. Not only did we win the regional, but our team also won the quality award. Everyone on the team had high spirits on the bus ride home. Our next stop was Detroit for the second half of the FRC World Champs. We had 2.5 weeks to prepare, and everyone gave it their all. April 24th came, and we were all on the road to Detroit. The first day was filled with qualifying rounds across 6 divisions: Archimedes, Carson, Curie, Daly, Darwin, and Tesla. In total, there were 408 different teams competing from a lot of different countries. One team was even an all-girls team from the Middle East. The energy in the Kobo Center, where most of the matches were held, was really high. Everyone was excited to be there, as well as meet new people and see teams they hadn't even seen before. Competition wasn't all fun and games, though. We still had jobs to do. Qualification was all of Thursday and even Friday. Friday night, some of the kids on the team decided to have a mini pool party at the indoor pool that the hotel we were in had. During this party, there was an attempt to push one of the pit crew members, Luis, into the pool. Well, I wasn't there. I did laugh when I found out that when Luis got pushed in the pool, he pulled Rutvik, another pit crew member, into the pool, and honestly, I still laugh about it. Saturday morning came, and all the teams across each division waited with bated breath to see if their team would make it through Alliance selection to the quarterfinals. Over on Curie, my team's division, our team cheered up a storm as we had gotten selected by the first seed Alliance. According to one of our mentors, Curie was the top division that year. Our Alliance made it all the way to the semi for our division before we got knocked out. After each division had its final, a second finals bracket was set up with each division finalist. This bracket was called Einstein's. The competition finals between the top 2 alliances of all 6 divisions was held at Ford Field. After division alliance selections, teams that weren't picked packed up their pits, while others did so after they got knocked out. Before they did the finals for FRC, we got to watch the finals for FTC, which is First Tech Challenge. After the FTC matches came our finals, and in between each match, up on the Jumbotron was a little riddle or fact for those in the stands that we could look at and interact with. The 2 divisions that made it to Einstein's were Archimedes and Darwin. Those are the ones that made it to the finals. Everyone in the stands watched these matches really intently. Darwin ended up winning Einstein's, and we all cheered for them and Archimedes. After the finals were finished, teams departed back to their buses to head home. It was late at night, and we were all tired. Halfway home, outside Kalamazoo, Michigan, our bus broke down for 3 hours, turning a 6-hour drive into a 9-hour one. Our bus pulled into the school parking lot around 1 a.m. on April 28th. On May 7th, the team had an end-of-season celebration. Our mentors told us how proud of us they were, and parents were able to take photos of their students with both the robot, their sub-team, and with the overall team. As I left the celebration, I smiled to myself as I realized I had found my passion in robotics. I felt welcomed, valued, and special. I met some of my best friends that year, and I couldn't wish for better friends.